Maybe we'll start in 30 seconds just to give the others time to join.
North to the south, from the east to the west. Lost boys, lost girls, you all know you're the best. Hit the street, it's your day, turn it up, now's your chance. It's time to get up on your feet and dance.
Anybody want to do that?
Check. Cameras rolling. Good.
You're like to change today. You're like to change today.
This evening after our because we paved the way. Everyone can get your shot.
Should be 36 more
Now
or
the
less.
man show what you got.
Okay. Well, anyway, I will be recording this lesson and uploading the video on Google Classroom for you. So please try to take notes and also do the homework that I will give you. It is due on either tomorrow or on Wednesday, whenever classes start again. Okay, so today we will be looking at one of the grammar items in Module 2, which are relative clauses. Okay, so on your study notes, put the header grammar focus and write the title of this topic, relative clauses. At the end of this lesson, we should know what relative clauses are and how and why we use them. Okay. To create a relative clause, we need what are called relative pronouns. So let me write down the relative pronouns that we will be learning in Form 2, and that we will focus on in Form 2. Blue. So one of the relative pronouns that we will use is who. Okay. Another one is whom. Look similar. They are similar, but we will see later how they differ in usage. Another one, whose. The fourth one, which. And the fifth one, where. Now we know that who refers to people, right? But what about whom? Doesn't this one refer to people too? Take 10 seconds to think about it. Try and think whether you can come up with a sentence that has whom in it. I'll give you 10, 15 seconds to do that now. Okay. Indeed, whom also refers to people, but we use this one when we are referring to the object of a verb. And we'll look at examples later so that you can understand what I'm trying to say. Next, whose refers to possession. So if I were to ask you, whose pen is this? Whose marker is this? It's Mr. Hezon's. It's my marker. Possession. I own it. Which can refer to animals usually refers to objects, but sometimes it can also refer to people. And lastly, I know you know what this refers to. Where? Where refers to place. So copy this into your study notes first, and then we'll move on from relative pronouns, who, whom, whose, which, and where, to using these relative pronouns to create relative clauses. Please take study notes now. So, Ivan is online. Someone from another school has joined. Why not? Bernice from another set has joined us. Why not? Caleb, you know, Caleb. There are people here who aren't even students. Never mind. Okie day. Don't worry if you weren't able to copy everything. As I said, I'm recording this lesson on the camera as well, so I'll upload this on Google Classroom. You can pause the video. I'll upload this on YouTube and keep it there maybe for this week. Okay, so let's go on and create some sentences with relative clauses. Let's go to the first one. Who? So we might have two very simple sentences that go like this. Athenians are people. Now, if you paid attention in history lesson, you'd know who I'm talking about. Athenians are people, and they, the Athenians, live in Athens. Okay, two very simple, basic sentences. Now, how can we combine these two sentences, and make it one sentence? Well, one way to do it is by using relative clauses with the help of relative pronouns. So here we will be using who. So now we will combine these two sentences and write Athenians. Can you think first? What would be the next word to add? I feel like I'm Dora the Explorer talking to you guys over there. Athenians are people. And now we insert the relative pronoun. Who? There's some teacher smoking. Makes me nervous. Who live in Athens. So now we have, from these two basic sentences, a sentence that is a bit more complex, right? And you know what writing complex sentences means. It means getting a higher language mark. Pretty easy, pretty straightforward. Maybe most of you already knew this. So what about who? All right. I'll leave this for 5 more seconds and then I'll erase it. Okay. Next. Whom? Let's see. So the people of Athens worshipped a goddess called Athena. Okay. Okay. Now I can turn certain parts of the sentence around. For example, I could start the sentence with Athena. Now, how would I continue this sentence if I want to use whom? Think about it. Athena was the goddess whom the Athenians worshipped. Why is my S not cooperating? Okay. I could also say the goddess whom the Athenians worshipped was Athena. You know what? Let me remove these commas here. And you'll find out why in our next lesson. So, you might be asking, I'm confused. You might be thinking, I'm confused. Why can't we use who? Why is it better to use whom? Well, okay, let's look at this sentence over here. Who in this sentence is actively doing something. Who in this sentence is an active doer of a verb? Question. Is Athena doing something actively in this sentence? Or is it the Athenians who are doing something actively in this sentence? If you said the Athenians, then you are correct. So the Athenians, as we've discussed in many previous lessons, because they are the ones in this sentence who are doing an active verb, they are the subject of the sentence. right? And here, Athena, who is not doing an active verb, but rather is receiving something. She is receiving the worship of the Athenians, so she is the object of this sentence. She is the one affected by the active verb, the active actions of the Athenians. So she here would be the object. That is why when I wrote down previously the relative pronouns we would use, I said whom is used for the object of the sentence. Now look at this one and think for yourself whether this sentence follows the same rule I described here. All right? I'll give you a few, let's say 20 seconds to copy this, and then we'll move on. And I hope that more people have joined our live stream on Instagram. Let's see, we have 10 people who have joined the class. Oh, my phone almost fell down. Hi there. How do I switch it back? I have Form 3 students watching. By the way, this is for Form 2, okay? Oh dear. Seems like I'm not capturing everything. Okay. Very good. Kelly has joined the class. Very good. There's a guy named Henson. He is indeed my student. Yu Sun Tang. Who is Yu Sun Tang? Okay, don't worry if you didn't have enough time to copy this. I'll send you the YouTube link and you can access the video later. Next one. After whom? Dear, oh dear, oh dear. We have whose. I hope you guys are still with me. Don't fall asleep there. Whose? What sample sentence did I prepare for you? All right, so here's the simple sentence. Athenians, so the people in Athens, patron goddess was Athena. Just a vocab item here. A patron goddess or a patron god is a god in a particular region. So a god or goddess that is worshipped in a particular region. Okay? So Athenians' patron goddess was Athena. And they built a temple on a mountain for her. I'm live. We almost had a guest star today. Okay, so let's turn these into sentences with relative clauses. Now, if I were you, if you're watching this on YouTube later on, I would pause and I would try to write a sentence with whose, okay? Just try an experiment and see if you have the same answers. Athenians, comma, whose patron goddess was Athena. Built a temple on a mountain. Now, using the same sample sentence, I'll just add where here. Okay. And then I will create a sentence using where as well. So the place where the temple of Athena was built. Is on top of a mountain, or is on a mountain. So the relative clause is here. Whose? In this sentence. And where? In this sentence. Okay. It's pretty boring without students in the classroom. I need to do all the talking. I miss you guys. Come back already. Finally, let's look at the relative pronoun which. And I'll be using similar simple sentences to create the relative clauses, okay? Okay. So we're talking about whose. No, we're not talking about whose. We're done with that. We're talking about which. The temple was huge. The Athenians worshipped Athena there. Why do I keep on writing a huge S? Worshipped Athena there. Okay. 10 seconds to think about how you would write a sentence using which. So we would start the sentence with the temple. So the temple is a thing, right? It's a building. It's not a person. Which was huge. Okay? The temple which was huge was where the Athenians worshipped Athena. So here we have the use of which. And I don't know if you've noticed, we also have another relative pronoun there. Okay, and that's that's all I would like to teach you for now when it comes to the theory of relative clauses. If you will come back tomorrow, I'll explain why we call it relative clauses, and if not, I'll try to make another video for you guys. Thank you so much for giving me 30 minutes of your time today. Please log on to eClass to check the homework that I'm giving you for today. It is due on the next school day, all right? So please do it. Let's keep on learning no matter what happens, all right? Miss you guys. See ya.